Hi everybody, it's Sunday. It is I, Papa Rock, 46, and I'm trying an experiment with my iPad, and if you recall the clippy thing that I got so that it can fit onto a tripod. So it's all set up to show you my pens, but I've just learned that it films reverse, so writing won't work. Pardon me. On this. I had an urgent need to show you some of my fountain pens, and I'm going to start with the ones that I already have. For example, this one, this is a Waterman pen, and it has an unusual nib on it. It's about, I don't know how, it's probably mid-1980s. This one is a Parker, and it also has an unusual nib, if things will focus here. I quite like this pen, actually. I have a small hand, and I like a small pen, and this is quite, the circumference is quite narrow, and I quite like that. Also, this one goes back to the 1960s, probably in and around 1963, 64, 65, I'm not sure. It's a small pen, as opposed to this is a newer one. This is my Lamy, so look at the difference in size. And this has a hooded nib. This is also a Waterman. There's the hooded nib. I love this pen. It probably was very inexpensive in the 1960s, and it serves me very well. It is inked by a cartridge, which I can refill with a syringe. But that is it's a great little pen. It's really terrific. This is my all-time favorite. My dad gave this to me in maybe 69, 68. And this is a Schaefer Pin, again with a bit of an unusual pen nib. It's a medium size, and I'm having trouble with the focus, sorry. Yeah, it just doesn't want to. But anyway, that is called, oh heck, what kind of nib is that? It's part of the body of the pen, rather than one that you could take out. This one dates to 1976, maybe, 78. This is a Targa, also Schaefer, and there's that nib. All of these pens I've had for a long, long time. What else? Oh, this one is Esterbrook, and these nibs come right out, and you can put in a different style of nib, and it's quite nice, although that sounded scratchy. For the, oh, I have to show these two as well. This one is a cross pen. Not really very expensive today, maybe $75, maybe. But I bet you I paid $30 in 1978, maybe. And it's a more traditional nib. This is a fine. It fills with a converter. You turn this and the ink comes out, of course, or fills up, or whatever you're going to do. It's inked, so it's inked with brown. This one is again a Waterman, and it's quite a lovely little pen. Not huge, again, compared to the Lamy. A little bit shorter, but narrower. And the cap fits right on here, creating a very nice look. I never write with my pen cap posted on the end of the barrel because it's too heavy in my hand. It wants to tip over. But the nib on this is kind of nice too. It won't focus. Isn't that terrible? But I love the look of that. Isn't that nice? Also, probably early 1990 for that pen. And the newer ones, okay. The Lamy. This is about between $35 and $50, depends on where you are. It's a nib like that. This nib will pop right off, and you can put different sizes on. It's got a little window to show you the ink level, and fills with a cartridge or a converter. This is a converter, of course. It's nice, writer, smooth. It's very good for the price. Very good. This is the biggest pen I have, and I really don't like it. It's new. I got it online. It's called a Twisby. That's the logo for the Twisby on the finial. About, I don't know, $70 or so. It's got a vac fill. Undo this, and you put pressure in the barrel, and it sucks the ink up. It has ox blood in it, which fits very well for a demonstrator pen. It's quite nice, smooth writer, but it dries out. It's annoying, and you have to put ink physically into the what do you call this? It's left me for a moment. But you have to physically put ink down into here, and which you can do. It's a nice nib. It's good for flying because it won't leak under its pressure system. This is my beautiful, beautiful, wonderful Kaweco pen in the, in the Amethyst. Isn't that gorgeous? It's tiny, tiny, tiny. Even smaller than my old 1965 pen. See? That's small, small. But it fits my hand, and I love it. See, it still fits in the webbing of my hand, and it writes. It writes. Of course, it's not going to right now. That's because I just filled it, and I used a syringe. It will, though. The Kaweco is a smooth, 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 beautiful writer. It's I think a medium. Yes, it's a medium nib. And of course, it's loaded with purple ink. Could life be better? This is a Pilot Prera demonstrator. Demonstrator means you can see the ink filling in there. It's loaded with green. You can see in the finial. It's a finial. No. That's terrible. I can't. It's the finial is the end. Oh my God. See the ink in there? Isn't that kind of cool? And again, it writes quite nicely. A beautiful little pen. It's got a nice little closure on when you put the cap on. It doesn't screw or anything, but it's got a nice satisfying little click. Listen. Nice. This, Tori Sterling, who is a YouTube friend, she sent this to me. It's 8 running horses embossed on the barrel of the pen. It's copper. And there's the nib. It's a very nice pen. I really, really like it. It's kind of special. Oh, I forgot to show this one. This is a Pelican. Old, 1970 something. Early 70s. It's a calligraphy pen. That's a fine nib. I have medium and a large to fit into there as well. It's not inked. And I guess this is the last one. This one is my best pen. This is a Pelican. It's a Pelican Super. And there's the nib. If you can see it. It's loaded with blue. And oh my goodness, it's such a lovely, smooth writer. Really, really like it. So there you have it. That's my, I suppose I should show this. This was my mother's pen. It's a Schaefer. It needs to have the sac that holds the ink in it replaced, but it's called a Shafer Snorkel. It's an inlaid nib. That's what that's called. This is the section. There, see, it did come to me. This is called the section. So this is a snorkel pen, and you fill it by unscrewing there, and then you pull back on this knob here and suck the ink up. But as I said, it's lost its vacuum, and it needs to have the sac inside here replaced, which isn't an easy job, and I really should make the effort in having it repaired, because it has a lovely nib. Again, it's, as I said, an inlaid nib. I really like it. I can use it if I dip. So there you have it. Those are my pens. If I had to tell you which ones I liked best, I don't think I could. I like them all for different reasons, and this one I think is a pen for Pat. Pat has big hands. It's just too heavy and it's too awkward for me, but I like it because of this clear barrel and how it's a demonstrator, and you can see that gorgeous, glorious ox blood ink in there. Oh, yes, and this one. Yep, so there you have it. I can't wait for another pen. No, I know this looks ridiculous to those of you who don't collect, but oh my goodness. That's it, that's all.